Hey everyone, Jim Fitzpatrick. Thanks so much for tuning in to another edition of the Small Business Show right here at ASPN.com. One of the biggest questions many small business owners ask is, what's the role of my personal brand and my corporate brand? Where do those two meet? Is there an intersection we need to know about? On today's show, we're answering that question. We're pleased to welcome brand and story coach Greg Monaco. Greg is helping entrepreneurs and companies build brands. You hear so much about brands. I probably just said it about 4 or 5 times in that opener, but I can't say it enough, and I can't tell you how important it is to make sure you get this right, small business owners and entrepreneurs. It's not something you can go back later and say, okay, now I want to fix my brand and erase everything that I've done. It's so much easier to do it right out of the box, right, Greg?
Absolutely. It's one of those things that it's an indelible impression that, the time frame lasts for a long time. So, you got to make sure that you're getting it right off the bat.
That's right. And for those people that are listening, if you think you don't have a brand, you have a brand. It's just a question of tweaking that and making sure that it works for you and your company and what your goals are. But it's like anything else. It's like a reputation. Everybody's got a reputation. They might not think, of consciously going out and building one, but a brand is much that way. So what is the difference between a personal brand and a corporate brand?
Personal brand is intrinsically tied to you, and a corporate brand is the product of a committee of people, usually. And there are, a lot of differences in that. Just to give you a couple of examples, a personal brand is an expression of who you are, and a corporate brand is an expression of, what a collection of people have decided it to be.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Is it important that those two work hand in hand? Can the CEO of a company have one brand out there for him or herself and a completely different one for the company, and that's okay? Or should the two be married together in some way?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question, and it's kind of a tricky problem. It's really hard to have two completely separate brands out there.
Yeah.
I mean, one is going to be intrinsically tied to the other. So, the way I look at it is it's really an advantage for any specifically small business owners, since they're so tied to the organization itself, to leverage their personal brand and their voice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.